Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how I grew my glutes to go from this to this. So I'm just going to do a side-by-side comparison. I'm going to put it on the screen here. So the first photo was taken in 2018 and the second photo was taken me recently in 2022. So I've been training my glutes for around 4 years to see this progress. However, I've only been training them for around a year consistently and doing the things that I will be talking about in this video. And after incorporating all of the things that I'm about to talk about, I really saw a lot of progress in the gym. So everybody will have different results when it comes to training any muscle group. However, these are tips which will help 95% of people. They are not going to impact everybody in the same way. These will help people achieve their goals and be able to grow a big fat dump truck, okay? I'm making this video because I want y'all to be able to go into the gym and know that you're doing the right exercises, that you're formulating your programs in the right way, and then when you get home, you're also having the right nutrition and just all the other things which all go into building your glutes. So I want to start this off by saying that there are 3 main aspects of growing your glutes. 1, nutrition. 2, your workout plan and the routine that you're following. And 3, recovery and rest. As well as this, I am going to say that consistency is key to growing any muscle group. So obviously, if you want to grow your glutes, you're not going to see progress unless you are being consistent in your gym, in your nutrition, and in your rest and recovery. So in order to achieve maximum glute growth, you have to do all 3 of these aspects side by side, hand in hand. Otherwise, you're just not going to see the progress that you want to see. I do want to say though, everybody is different. And even if you don't have big glutes, you're still beautiful. Everybody's body is different. This video is for people that want to grow their glute. So the glute has 3 muscles. So you have the glute maximus, the glute medius, and the glute minimus. So when you're training, if you want to train for maximum glute growth, you want to be isolating the glute maximus more than the other 2 glute muscles. This is just because the glute maximus is the biggest glute muscle, so you have the most potential to actually grow it. I'm going to start off by talking about nutrition because in reality, 80% of your gym progress and your glute gain progress is going to be because of your nutritional plan. Nutrition is key, okay? So I want to start by saying that you don't have to have a super strict diet. You don't have to count your calories. You don't have to count your macros in order to see progress. However, if this is something you do want to consider doing, you will probably see more progress than not doing it. You can build muscle in a surplus, a deficit, and main gaining. So for the past year or so, I've actually only been main gaining and I've seen major glute growth. I also want to say that if you're eating the right macro split, you can also build muscle in a calorie deficit. A lot of people don't realize this, but you can do it. It is possible. You can lose body fat whilst growing muscle. That is definitely something you can do because I've done it myself. Currently, I'm main gaining at 2,600 calories. And this has allowed me to see a lot of glute growth. So when it comes to growing your glute, you want to make sure that you're eating enough calories. Even if you're in a calorie deficit, you still want to be hitting over 1,800 calories a day, I would recommend. Just because if you're eating anything under than that, your body's going to be really stressed out and it won't really have the energy to repair itself. So when it comes to nutrition, focus on your macros and your calories. Personally, I don't like to dirty bulk. I've never done a dirty bulk in order to grow my glutes. And this is just because I don't see the need of having a lot of excess fat on my body when I can do it through main gaining or do it through a lean bulk. When I do lean bulks, I'll typically just increase my calories by around 200 and I will see major progress in the gym. However, it is totally up to you whether you want to bulk or main gain or even be in a calorie deficit. So next, obviously I'm going to talk about macros. It's so important to be getting your protein in. So I try and aim for 1 gram of protein per 1 lb I weigh. Obviously this is going to be different for everybody, but I would aim for 0.8 grams of protein to 1.2 grams of protein per lb you weigh. Just daily getting that protein in, try and spread it throughout the day. I also like to have a high protein snack straight away after my workout just because I've seen the most progress when I've done this. As well as this, you want to be eating your carbs and your fats, okay? Do not be scared of eating your carbs and your fats. They are so, so important. Your carbs are gonna fuel your workouts. Whoever said eating carbs is bad for you, honestly, I don't know where they pulled that from, because it is not true. Eating a high carb meal before your workout is gonna give you the energy to actually have a really good workout, and therefore progress in the gym, be able to overload in your workout routine. However, I would like to say, try and eat 80% carbs that are really nutritionally dense, such as potatoes, quinoa, chickpeas, that type of food. And then if you're really craving carbs that are less nutritionally dense, such as fries or potato chips, you can definitely include them in your diet, but just try and eat them a little bit less. You do want balance, and everything works in moderation. However, try and do the 80-20% split. And honestly, you will see so much progress with this, because you'll actually be able to stick to your diet, because you're actually going to be able to enjoy the foods that you want in moderation. So currently, my macro split is 50% carbs, 25% protein, and 25% fat. And this is just because how it works out with my calories and my body weight for protein ratio, because that's what I've seen has had the best progress for me. Obviously, everybody's body is different though, and you're gonna have to play around with those macros yourself just to see what happens. Also, I wanna say, remember that food is fuel. So personally, I never do fasted workouts. I hear this on the internet all the time, fasted workouts, you'll burn more calories. No, you won't. It's not true. You will not burn more calories from a fasted workout than a workout where you fueled yourself before. You're actually probably more likely to burn more calories from a workout where you fueled yourself before, because you'll have more energy and you'll be able to perform your exercises better for longer. You'll be able to push yourself more when you have that energy. So personally, I would not recommend doing a fasted workout if you're looking to grow your glutes. Just remember to fuel yourself before and after your workout. So preferably a high carb snack or meal before your workout, and a high protein snack or meal after your workout. So my next key tip is obviously the workouts that you're doing. So I want to start by saying the Stairmaster will not grow your glutes. So the Stairmaster is a form of cardio, and therefore it's going to help you burn those calories. However, it's not going to help you build muscle. It might build some sort of muscle on your legs, and it might help tone them up, but realistically, you're not going to see major progress with the Stairmaster. I would like to say that it is a great form of cardio, and I do include it in some at the end of some of my workouts. However, I would not use this as my main source of growing my glutes. So the second thing I want to talk about when it comes to training to grow your glutes is mind to muscle connection. So mind to muscle connection will help you isolate your glute muscles so that you can really focus on their growth throughout your workout. How I do this is I really imagine and focus on the muscle that I'm trying to grow. So when it comes to my glutes and when I'm doing an exercise for my glute, I will really focus on just feeling the burn in that muscle and just focus on squeezing that muscle as tight as I can. Also, during some exercises, I'll sometimes put my hand on the glute muscle and I'll just really be able to connect with it that way. I find that really an easy way of getting my mind focused on the right muscle that I'm supposed to be training. As well as this, what helps with mind to muscle connection is doing glute activation workouts just at the beginning of your workout. So sometimes I'll spend 3 to 5 minutes doing glute activation with a booty band or just body weighted exercises. So now when it actually comes to the training, you want to focus on resistance training. When it comes to growing your glutes, you want to put as much resistance on them as you can. So this means that body weighted exercises aren't really going to do much for glute growth. You really want to focus on resistance training where you're progressively overloading in each workout. Progressively overloading is basically where you're increasing either the time over tension, the weight of the exercise, the amount of sets or reps you're doing. So this will really help push your muscles to the max, and therefore you'll be able to see the most gains from this and the most progress, and you'll get a fat ass dump truck just by doing this. Trust me, progressively overloading is key. And I also focused on hip hinge movements, okay? Hip hinge movements are what will help target your glutes. So what you want to be doing is you want to be incorporating a mixture of compound movements and isolation movements into your workouts. The compound movements basically work multiple muscles at once, so they'll also be working your hamstrings or your quads as well as your glutes. I start my workouts by doing heavy compound movements. So compound movements can be squats, RDLs, Bulgarian split squats, deadlifts, and then I will go into my isolation movements after. So this will be like glute bridges, cable kickbacks at a 45-degree angle. So these isolation movements are gonna be the ones that really target your glutes. So this may sound controversial, but I do not prioritize squats when it comes to growing my glutes. And this is because, yes, they are a great compound movement. However, there's better movements that you can do in order to grow your glutes. So for example, hip thrusts and cast glute bridges are key for growing your glutes. These movements are both hip hinge movements, and therefore they really focused on your glutes over your quads or your hamstrings. So you will be getting a bit of quad and hamstring action whilst doing these movements, but it will mainly be focusing on your glutes. I do still add squats into my workouts, but I'll add them a little bit later on where I've already done my glute bridges or my hip thrusts. Also, when it comes to training, as I said at the very beginning, consistency is key. If you're being consistent in your workouts, you'll be getting the fattest dump truck of your life. But I would like to say, in order to grow a dump truck, you want to be training your glutes minimum 2 times a week, maximum 3 times a week. So this is because if you're training them under 2 times a week, you're not really going to be training them enough. If you're training them more than 3 times a week, you're going to be overtraining them and they won't have the time to recover and repair. So it's really just either 2 or 3 times a week. So currently I'm training my glutes 3 times a week. How I do it is I'll have a glute day, an upper body day, a glute day, an upper body day, and a glute day. So in those glute days, I have a glute focus day, a quad and glute day, and then a hamstring and glute day. So when it comes to your isolation and compound movements, you focus on training them in their shortened position first, and then in their lengthened position. This is just really optimal for growth, and for me personally, I've seen the most progress when I've been doing this. My very last point on the workout plan that you actually have is making sure that you're prioritizing form over your weight. You're going to be able to have a better mind to muscle connection with a better form. So the last aspect of growing your glutes, definitely rest and recovery. I want to start by saying muscle does not grow when you're actually working out. It grows afterwards, and it's repairing itself from the workouts that you've done. If you don't give this muscle the time to rest and recover, you won't see a lot of progress. So if you're training your glute 5 or 6 times a week, your glutes won't have the energy to repair themselves, which is why you really want to have at least 1 rest day a week. So what I do is I have 1 to 2 rest days. I prioritize getting that 8 hours sleep so that you're staying hydrated, making sure that you're eating really nutrient dense foods that will help your body recover. So I want you girls to go into the gym and be confident knowing that you're doing the right things at home and in the gym to grow the fattest dump truck of your life. And I really hope this video has helped. If you have any questions, just leave them down below. So to recap this video, key main points would be making sure you're getting your nutrition in, making sure that you're hitting your macro goal and getting enough protein in, making sure that you're fueling yourself before and after your workouts, focusing on resistance training and progressively overloading in every workout you do, incorporating compound and isolation movements, being consistent in your training and your nutritional plan, focusing on mind to muscle connection to make sure you're hitting those glute muscles, prioritizing form over weight, taking enough time to rest and recover. I actually have some really exciting news for you. I'm going to be creating personalized nutritional and workout programs for people. So if any of y'all are interested in this, definitely stay tuned on my YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram, Bros Fit. I will also be offering one-to-one online coaching for a select number of people. If you're really wanting to grow your glutes but you have no idea how, or you don't know how to put together a program, or you don't know what foods you're supposed to be eating, you can definitely check out my plans that I'll be creating for people. When it is available, I will leave a link in the comment section and I'll pin it so that you guys can have super easy access to that. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope it helps you grow the fattest dump truck of your life.